Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we know, the president, when he was being interviewed yesterday on Muite's abduction after the arrival of the president of Finland, the president went ahead to reveal that the abductions had stopped. Something that sparked an outrage in the country, for the president had admitted his involvement in the abductions that were ongoing in the country. Now, this has led to sparking a lot of fury on social media, as most Kenyans are asking if the president admitted to the kidnappings that were going on, why shouldn't he now admit that the state was involved in the extrajudicial killings that led to the death of young men and women who their greatest mistake was to call the government into account? And that is what a lot of people are telling the president now. Mr. President, it's about time you go ahead and answer to these crimes. Because, Bwana President, if you admitted that your government was involved in extrajudicial killings, then you should go ahead and compensate the families of those that died due to the act of brutality that we experienced from this abduction, from the police who went ahead to tear gas and shoot down young men and women in the streets of Nairobi. Tuko pamoja. Now, allow me to get to read to you a certain reaction that has caught my eye on social media, and that is the reaction from one uh, advocate and senior counsel, Paul Muite. Now, it's not only Paul Muite who has reacted to this. Also, Mother Karua has also reacted to the message from the president in matters uh, abduction. They have all called out the president, telling the president that it's about time, Mr. President, you become intelligent on even how you react to certain things. If you have admitted to these killings and even to everything that has been going on, then you should go ahead. I mean, you shouldn't even be seated on that position that you hold as the president of the Republic of Kenya. Now, Paul Muite reacted to a post by one Tony Gashoka who said, "This man Ruto is mad." He says he has now given instructions to stop abductions. To whom did he give instructions to stop, and who gave them instructions to begin? Hmm? Now, this man went ahead to tag Honorable uh, Tony Gashoka tagged Ahmed Nasri Abdullahi, he tagged Paul Muite, Gitovu Manyara, and Donald B. Corley. Now, this is what Muite said. Kwanza, those still missing and those whose young lives were senselessly cut short, he should be held accountable for the people that were murdered and others that were abducted and tortured and many others held incommunicado until date. Are we together? Now that is what Paul Muite said. And Paul Muite has also reacted to a certain post by Barry Ipapo on DG, Director General NIS Nudin Haji, who said that fully aware the interview was being recorded, banged tables, demanding more money for spying, not peace initiatives. He went ahead and publicly mentioned that all sister countries surrounding Kenya are adversaries, apart from Tanzania. Now, Paul Muite said this: the military intelligence regarding security threats from neighboring countries, they have their own budget, don't they? Many Kenyans believe NIS is responsible for the kidnapping, Gen Z, and extrajudicial executions and confuse sustaining regime in power with security of Kenyans. That is what Paul Muite said. Now, leave the statement by Paul Muite aside. I want us to proceed to what Mother Karua had to say in regards to the admission by the president that he had ordered the stop of abductions in the country. Now, nataka tusikizane. A post was posted about those that are still missing. Remember the Kitengela 3. Two boys until date have never been found. Steve Kabingo Mbisi and Kalani Moema. They have never been found until date. Kivuda Kibwana said this: "We must condemn the persecution of social justice center activists from Mukuru, Kayole, etc." Now, putting that aside, that was a repost from Mother Karua. I want us to get to the comment in matters abduction. Now, listen. The families of those that were abducted and have never been returned are still calling upon the president to ensure that their kins are returned or even their bodies are traced. Because if the president admitted to the to the existence of a rogue police unit that was given orders on abduction, execution, then he should also admit that it's high time those that have never been returned home waweze kurudishwa. You should also admit that wale ambao waliuawa, waliabductiwa na wakauawa, their families should be compensated and the compensation should come from the state. Are you together? I mean, that was the first time the president ever, I mean, the man was so boldly in accepting. Aliuliza, mumeona any abduction hivi karibuni? No, because I ordered them to stop. Mr. President, the question was, when did you order them to start? As we speak, currently petitions are being drafted by different senior counsels and lawyers in the country, seeking the president to give, seeking the state and the president to give details on how this rogue police unit that was used in the abduction used to operate. How many people did they murder? Who are they? How do they operate above the law? And that is why lawyer Paul Muite, senior counsel Mother Karua, senior counsel Kalonzo Musyoka have all come out calling the president into account. They tell him, Mr. President, your admission to ordering the stopping of abduction in the country tells us that you knew when these abductions began. You ordered them to start. So it's about time. You reached a point that you wanted them to stop. So tell us, what is the compensation given to the families that lost their kins into those abductions? The young men and women who are caught and tortured, and until date, they suffer trauma from the experiences they underwent under their captors. It's about time Mr. President gives the nation some answers. That is what all the senior counsels in the country are telling Mr. President. For now, leave a comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. Remember to subscribe. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.